Okay, here's another one of my party stopping chords, and a minor ninth chord can be a really. We did a sharp nine chord, but we're going to do a minor ninth chord. And basically, what's happening there is you have, in the case of an E minor ninth, we have everything from E to the ninth. Okay, counting every other letter. So again, a triad is 1, 3, 5. We had the seventh and we had the ninth. It's 5-note. Could potentially be a 5-note chord. We're going to start with one that's just more of an E minor second, and that one would be an E minor triad with a second. So there's no seventh. You see that? So the difference between an E minor ninth and an E minor second is an E minor ninth would have a seventh in there. You would go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and an E minor second would just be E 1, 3, 5, and add the 2. And it's a good way to think of it as a 2 because a lot of times to get that pretty sound you want that 2 and 3 right next to each other. And in the case of an E minor second chord, they're a half step apart. So that interval, those two notes in the case of E minor would be F sharp and G. Sounds very dissonant by itself, but when you add the E and the fifth in there, it's pretty. Okay, and the voicing, the way I'm playing is basically all the strings open except on the 5th string I'm playing 2nd fret and 4th fret on the 4th string. A little tremolo doesn't hurt. Okay, so that would be E minor second. Now if we wanted to make it an E minor ninth, we would have to add a 7th, and one way we can do that is we can add it here with the 2nd finger on the D on the 2nd string. So the G string is still open and the E string is still open. It's kind of like if you played a B minor 7 chord and you just lifted your finger up. Okay, so that's a minor. And I could add an 11th too if I had the pinky up here on the A and get this. Very pretty. Another way we could voice that, we could do E minor second by putting our pinky on the E on the 5th string, so that'd be the 7th fret, and our first finger on the F sharp on the D string, which would be the 4th fret, and everything else is open again. See, there's another. Really cool. And if we want to make it a minor ninth, so this is a minor second, an E minor second, because there's no D in it. But if I add this, which is actually really easy, it's easier than this one, there's less of a spread. You have a D and an F sharp here, and that would have all the notes in it to qualify as an E minor ninth. Okay, E, G, B, D, and F sharp. Now an A minor version of this, you can play A minor chord like this. Okay, if you just standard A minor, open A string, nothing on the bottom string. Then 2nd fret, 1st fret, open string. Okay, that's A minor. But if we take off the 3rd finger and put the pinky out here on the 4th fret of the 3rd string to get that B note. There you go with an A minor second. Okay, so it would be A, E, B, which is the 2nd, C, which is the 3rd, the minor 3rd, and then the E again. If we want to make it a minor ninth, we have to add a 7th, which we can do by adding this finger here, and it's very tough. Okay, this goes back to our drop 2 chords. It's basically a C major 7th drop 2 chord with an A in the bass. Okay, and it has all the notes in an A minor ninth chord: A, C, E, G, and B. And in order, those would sound like this. Okay, another way we could play A minor ninth, which is A minor second, which is easier, is to go nothing on the bottom string, 5th string is open, 7th fret on the 4th string, 5th fret on the 3rd string, and the top 2 strings open. And that's really pretty. I like that one a lot. Okay. And then if we want to make that a minor ninth instead of a minor second, we just need we need a G in there. So one simple way to add a G is just to go down here. You can use your 1st and 2nd finger if you want. I like to use my 3rd and 4th fingers. And that would be open, 5th, 5th, open, open on the top 5 strings. Again, nothing on the bottom string. And if you want to, you can play that A on the bottom. Now these are not transposable. Okay, if we want we want minor ninths that are transposable, you're gonna minor seconds that are transposable, where you can change them to any position. It's gonna be a little tougher. And let me just show you one, and it was one I think that Hendrix used in Little Wing. But the basically you start with an A minor chord. Okay, so 5th fret, 5, 7, 7, 5, 5, 5, all 6 strings, and then we can, if you can stretch your pinky out 2 frets out so that you're going 5, 7, 9, 5, 5, 5. Okay, that's an A minor ninth, and that's movable. So this would be A flat minor ninth. Okay, also think of Every Breath You Take has that. It's hard to play though. Okay, then that one would be transposable as opposed to the ones that have open strings. So the minor ninth, the minor second chord, that's a kind of a fun, cool chord you can play, and some of them are simple, and some of them are a little more difficult. But have fun utilizing those and entering, inserting those into your playing. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon.